We pretty much all know Gfuel, and if you never heard of it, you've been living under a rock. So if you don't know what it is, it's an energy formula that's supposed to be a healthy take on energy drinks, so it's way healthier than the mainstream drinks. I love it, and a lot of people do too. And so I've been an avid drinker of Gfuel for about 1 to 2 years now. It's not really been that long since I've started drinking Gfuel, but I just gotta say, ever since I started, I've been loving it. And throughout the course of me drinking Gfuel, I've developed some flavors I really like, and that's what this video is all about. So right now, this is my top 5 favorite Gfuel flavors, and before this video starts, all this is my opinion. You will have a different opinion than me, but these are just the top 5 flavors I enjoy the most. And some honorable mentions is Tropical Rain and Wumper Fruit. These were going to be on the list, but I wanted to cut it down to my top 5 definitive additions. The reason why Tropical Rain was going to be on the list, it's just such a good light flavor, and it was my first ever flavor of Gfuel. But ever since I've had that flavor, I've had so many better flavors, and that's why I'm kind of putting that off the list. But that's an honorable mention. Wumper Fruit is really good, but I've only enjoyed it once or twice. I've only had it twice, so that's why I'm not having it on the list. That's why these flavors on the list I've had so many times. And yeah, so with all that out of the way, let's get into our number 5 spot. Our number 5 spot is going to be Snow Cone. Now, Snow Cone is a flavor, how do I explain this? So Snow Cone is a flavor that's really good. I really like it. And it's one of those light flavors that you can enjoy. It's not one of those heavy flavors. It's a flavor that you can pick up, and when it's a really hot day out, you can just enjoy it. It's a very light flavor, very good, super good in ice, which is, a snow cone, so it has to be good in ice. And so it's a really good flavor that you can enjoy. The only problem I have with it is I think it's too light. And it's not that it's a bad flavor. It's one of my favorites, as is in this video, but it's one of the more light flavors, so I don't have it that often. But so Snow Cone's my number 5, and I'm gonna get to my number 4 spot. Number 4 on my list is Blue Ice. Now, Blue Ice, I gotta give it some respect. It was, I think, the first ever Gfuel flavor that Cliff and Gamma Labs produced. So the fact that that is one of my favorites of the whole brand, that's pretty good. It's one of the more hardcore, and I don't want to say hardcore, it's one of the more OG flavors. But recently they got put into cans, and I've been loving them. Every time I go to the store and pick up a can, I most of the time always pick up a Blue Ice. Blue Ice is super good, and I think it's probably one of the more underrated flavors. A lot of people like it, but I don't hear anybody really talking about Blue Ice. It's one of the more underrated flavors. So that's why it's on the number 4 spot. Now let's get to the number 3 spot. So my number 3 spot is probably one of the more fan favorite flavors, and that's PewDiePie. PewDiePie, he's the biggest creator on the platform. Excluding T-Series, but if we're talking about individual creators, PewDiePie is the biggest. So of course he's gonna get his own flavor, and it is so good. I've had at my buddy's house, he had a PewDiePie tub, and I had a cup of that, and it was super good. And they started putting PewDiePie cans at my local store. Sorry, that was my Xbox in the background, but they started putting PewDiePie cans into my local store, and if I don't see Blue Ice, I always get PewDiePie cans. PewDiePie is such a fan favorite flavor, and for good reason. If you want a really good berry flavor, I highly recommend picking up some PewDiePie. Now let's get to my number 2 list. My number 2 list is kind of complicated. So for my number 2 list, we have Peach Iced Tea. Now, here's the complicated part about that. Peach Iced Tea is my favorite Gfuel flavor. It tastes, if I remember to put up a picture, I'll put up a picture of what it tastes like. It tastes like if you've been to a gas station or whatever, and you see these Arizona sweet teas, it tastes like an Arizona peach tea. And they knocked it down so accurately. Now you're probably wondering, Golem, if this is your favorite flavor, why is this on your number 2 spot instead of your number 1? Well, one reason, you can't get it anywhere. You can't get it on the website through packets, through tubs, through cans. You cannot get this anywhere, and I really hope they bring it back for summertime. I have a feeling they will, because peach iced tea was actually like one of their more, I guess, fan favorites. But I would put it number 1, but you can't get it anymore. So that's kind of my reason why it's number 2, number 2. And I'm going to dive into my number 1 list. So now for my number 1 most favorite Gfuel flavor of all time, it's none other than Phase X. Phase X, easily one of the best Phase flavors, if not the best Phase flavor. There's so many good things about it. It tastes so good. If you don't know what it tastes like, I'll say it kind of tastes like Starburst or Skittles. A lot of people say it tastes like white Gatorade, which I could see. I kind of taste it. But it tastes like a liquid bag of Skittles. Super good, and it's one of the fan favorites, and honestly, I think it should be up there with one of the best Gfuel flavors that's loved by many fans. And so that is my number 1 spot. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to see some more content on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notifications, as it does help me out a lot. And make sure you like the video, as it helps push into the algorithm and you can see more people, or more people can see it, sorry. Anyways, that's going to be my video. Thanks for watching.
Busting down your door, big bird. Mosey through your crib at night like I'm Squidward. Went through your hallway. Run it up.